Welcome to the very first episode of Racer X Garage. My name is Ryan, and if you'll have me, I'll be bringing you guys along the way as we work on some race cars, some classic cars, and some other really cool projects that me and my friends either have or acquire, or maybe we'll work on in the future. Our plan's kind of just to share our projects and our hobbies with the viewers of the world, and provide some entertainment, some laughs, and maybe even some knowledge along the way. I'm a little new to the whole video blogging thing, so you'll have to be patient with me as I learn how that whole world works. But with that said, let's get to the very first Racer X Garage project. Got a pretty cool episode for you for the first day. We're going to be going to go pick up my truck at my mom's house that's been there in the garage for about 15 years. As you can see, I've got a couple parts for it already, so if you recognize the front end, you might know what kind of truck it is. The plans for the truck is we're going to turn it into a drag week vehicle, something I've always wanted to do for years, and it's time to go ahead and make that happen. So we're going to go pick it up and kind of go over it, and I'll share the story behind it. Take a look. Now I've seen it recently, but it hasn't moved from this spot in probably 8 to 9 years. With that in mind, realize that it hadn't seen the light of day in a long time. Work on cleaning out this junk in the back. It's gonna be nice because my mom can actually park in here again. But clean all this junk out, and I've actually got some wheels to put on the front of it. I'm gonna have to obviously air up them tires, but here it is. It's my Dakota, 1992 Dakota, covered in dirt, 8, 9, 10 years of dirt. And here's the whole reason that she sits. I was putting it back together after an engine fire, and it sat outside in a friend's shop's parking lot until I could pick it up in the morning, and some drunk guy ran square into the frame rail. I didn't have the front end on it then, so that's all it hit, and that's going to be one of the first things that gets fixed. But there she is, and I'm going to work on getting some of this stuff cleaned out, and then put some wheels on it and get it on the trailer. Well, got some of the back cleaned out. As you can see here, I'm gonna find a broom here and finish all that up. This poor old truck just needs some attention. So let me give you guys a lowdown on this. When I was 17, we got this truck, 16 or 17, and it was a 4-cylinder, 2.5 liter, 5-speed truck. And I blew it up. I thought it wasn't very cool, and I would rather off-road it, and wound up sucking down some water, and it was a learning experience, let's put it that way. So when I was 17, later in year, a friend of mine sold me an entire D150 pickup that had a good 318 and 727 trans. So that was my very first engine swap in this truck, and the motor ran pretty good, but I could never figure out why it would stumble at low throttle. I know now that it needed a stall converter, but long story short, I was at the track playing with the carburetor, had a friend try to set up the bowls. It flooded and it caught the engine bay on fire. And after that, it was basically parked. And I think I told you guys already about was after I'd already got the new motor mounts built for the motor, because I had them kind of rigged in there before it got hit. But this is the one that has never gotten away from me. I've had a lot of different cars, some Dodge Darts, I had a Z28 Camaro, and had some things, and I couldn't keep them. I was able to sell them and move on, but this truck, I just have a lot of attachment to, and I know it's not beautiful right now, and it needs some work, but she's gonna be fine and dandy here soon. So I'm gonna work on getting the tires pumped up in the back, and then swap the tires out in the front, and then I'm gonna come along and get it on my trailer. So I'm gonna get busy doing that. Well, changing plans. I didn't bring the air compressor, so I'm gonna pull the wheels and tires off the back and take them up to the gas station. Well, it's hot down here in Texas. It's supposed to be 100 degrees today. If y'all live in a similar place, make sure you drink a lot of water, because it'll take it out of you. But got the tires aired up, brought them back, put them on. See a little Racer X heritage there. Maybe perhaps the inspiration for our channel here. I don't know. But I did want to show you guys the very first thing that I purchased for the truck. Forgive me, it's hot. Here we go. These are going on the front. They're 15 by 4.5 Jegs SSR stars. I've already converted the front of this truck to 5-lug. For those who don't know how to do it, you get a rotor for I think up to an 89 Dodge Dakota. Now there's 2 sizes. I actually have the wrong size on this truck, so I'm gonna have to fix that. But the rotors are 5 lugs from 89 and down, maybe even 90 and down. I'm not 100% sure, but I know 89 and down, you can get the 5-lug rotor. So I've already done that at one point in time. And these are just kind of rollers, but there's only one bad thing, is either this wheel or the other wheel rubs on the caliper, so I can't roll it with these. So since I bought the new wheels over there, I'm going to throw them on if there's no interference, and I'm going to go straight on the trailer. So here we go. Well, it's a couple days later, but I got the Dakota home. The GoPro died when I was loading on the trailer, so I don't have the rest of that footage. But I got it home that night, and I pressure washed it and cleaned out the interior, vacuumed it all out, and got rid of all the extra stuff that was in there. Let's go check it out. I know it doesn't look like a lot to you guys, but man, I'm so glad to have this thing back home. It means I'm actually going to start working on it. I'm going to show you a little bit of the frame damage in a better light than when it was in the garage, and kind of what's going on there. When I got it home, I pressure washed it all really good, and I cleaned out all the junk and stuff in the interior and vacuumed it out. But those frame rails, they're not both supposed to be turning to the left. The driver's side frame rails should be turning to the right, and obviously you can see the damage. Luckily, there's a crinkle point right here and a little bit of one right here, and it actually worked just like it was supposed to. So these motor mounts, I did not build those. This is way before I've ever touched a welder, and I'm still not great with it yet, but I don't think I would have built them out of angle iron, so they're coming off. I'm debating if I should tell everybody what I'm going to put in it. I don't think I will at the moment, but I will let you know that I am a man of the budget build. So you guys can kind of come up with your own guesses as to what engine we're going to put in it. I do have to get 5 lug axles for the back. In case anybody does not know about the Dakota, they kind of call it a second gen, but it's actually still a first gen. But on 1991 Dakotas and up, they have this 6-bolt lug pattern, and the bad thing is it's 6 on 4.5, and the only other vehicle with a 6 on 4.5 lug pattern is a Dodge Viper. So finding wheels for these trucks when they have that bolt pattern is very, very difficult. So I am going to order some axles. This has got a Mopar 8 3/4 rear end. I'm sorry, no it does not. It has a Mopar 8 1/4 rear end. And you can buy bolt aftermarket axles for it for a 1990 and down Dakota that go right in. You just have to get the drums for them as well. And then I can put a set of wheels that I have on it for. Well, you'll be happy to know that I got all the crap off the back. A long time ago, my buddy had used some kind of like grease to spray paint that Get You Some that was on the back of it, which is kind of an inside thing between us that goes a long ways back. Same thing with the Racer X that he had sprayed painted on the bottom. It is what inspired us to name this this channel Racer X Garage. But it looks a whole lot better when it's clean like that. I'm going to be ordering some taillights here soon. I'm going to go show you the inside. Well, here's the inside of the truck. Again, I got it all vacuumed out so it doesn't look so nasty, and got rid of all the extra stuff in there. These racing buckets were, I guess, an ambition of mine when I was in my early 20s, but they're not mounted right, they're not safe, so they're going to come out, and I'm actually going to find a factory bench back for it again so it'll be comfortable to ride in. So, got the wheels on in earlier on in the video, and I was thinking that these were hub-centric rims, and they're not. But I do think that it's pretty centered in there. It looks really good. I was wondering if I had the wrong lug nuts, but they seem to be working pretty good. So, I did some research online, and they look like they're gonna be just fine. So here's the driver's side. I got the steering wheel all cleaned off. It's not perfect, but it's not moldy anymore, so I'll take it. But it's looking good. Ready to get it up to the frame shop and have them get the frame all straight again. That'll be definitely a vast improvement, and then we can start working on building motor mounts for the new motor that's going to go in. Well, that's it. I really want to thank everybody for watching the very first episode of Racer X Garage. It has been a blast creating this video, and I can't wait to do some more. We have all kinds of cars to work on, all kinds of projects, so I should be able to have a lot more content for you guys soon. In fact, Racer X Garage episode number 2 is probably going to deal with Nova here, as we have to fix the shifter. Planning that as we speak, but if you like what you saw today, press the subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and until then, y'all be good.